So what we do is at 10 o'clock, we'll stop the recording and read it. So there will be 2 recordings available for each session. Usually around 10ish, we'll take a break of 5 minutes in case you want to go and get a cup of tea or something. You can go out for 5 minutes and then come back and we'll start the session. Today we started the session a little late, so I'm not giving you a break at 10, and today we will be having 3 recordings. So I'll stop around at 10:15, 10:20 for 5 minutes, then we can take a break, and then we'll come back and do the 45-minute session, right? So that is how we'll be doing. So usually you will find 2 or 3 recordings for each session, each 2-hour session. So now why do we have to study corporate finance? Basically, so just for, even if you're not going to the slide, if you just try and understand, you want to buy a car, let's say, and you want to get finance. So what is the EMIs that you're paying? Are these EMIs good enough? What if you borrow the same money from the bank? And what is the EMI that you'll pay? What is the rate of difference? How much interest the bank is charging? How much interest this finance company is charging? How, these things you can compare. You can calculate the returns by yourself. And after understanding the time value of money, you will also see that you're going for, let's say, a mortgage, a home loan. And you're very young, and let's say you're given 20 years loan. You're taking a 20 years loan, and you're paying, let's say, per month you're paying 20,000 or 30,000 rupees. And you're paying this 30,000 rupees, you've taken an X amount of loan, and you're paying this 30,000 rupees for what? For like 20 years. So then you can calculate and see what, if I can afford, instead of 30,000 rupees, if I can increase it to 32,000 rupees, what will happen to the duration? From 20 years, will it fall to 15 years, or will it only fall to 19.5 years? Right? Those kind of calculations, you will be surprised to see how much change it will make. Right? So these kind of decisions for our everyday life, all of us require. That's why we need to study. So whatever is said in the slide, you can just go through the slide later on. But to understand what is happening, so everywhere, every decision, most of the financial decisions you have to analyze. You have to understand. We cannot just go to a bank and take a loan and they give you a sort of a booklet to put signatures. You cannot obviously go through each and every line, but there will be a few key aspects that you will still have to ask the bank. You cannot go through each and every line that is given in the booklet. You still put hundreds of signatures on it, not knowing what is written in there. But what is important to you? Those few key questions you ask them. You ask the bank manager or the employee to show you where they are in that booklet. Then you read only those lines and understand them because they are the key ones, right? So you need to know what to ask, what information to ask, and what information to understand before you make a decision, right? So these are the things that will help in when you study the corporate finance. Now, what are the functions of a financial manager? Financial manager, like I said, there are 2 key decisions that a financial manager makes. One is the investment decision and one is the financing decision, right? So here you see 1A is raising funds and 2 is investments. So basically, even before you look at this screen, try and understand. There are 2 basic decisions, or the 2 main key decisions we call them, that a financial manager makes. And what are those 2 key decisions? One is the financing decision and the other is investment decision, right? When I'm saying financing decision, meaning how do I get money? How do I raise the capital? Right? As a finance manager, I see prospects in a particular project, let's say. I know that if I invest 100 rupees here, it is going to give me 120 next year. But do I have 100 rupees in the first place? Does the firm have 100 rupees to invest there? I know I see that it can give me that return. But where will I get the money from? That is the financing decision. How do I raise that capital to invest? Right? So how do I raise that money? Am I raising, again, it is not 100 rupees. It's only for our understanding and simplicity. I generally tend to use 100 rupees a lot. Yeah, so how do we raise that? Are we issuing shares of our company and raising that capital, or are we taking a loan from financial institutions? Just give me 1 minute. I'm just breaking it. We'll take a break here itself. Sorry.